Evoke family, it's me, Shelly, your captain of connection and your trainer. And I thought it would be a really good idea for this training if we just looked back at it and did a little review about all of the training that we've learned so far this year. We've learned a lot and a lot has gone on, and we have a lot of new people now. Shout out to everyone that's new in Bend, Nicole who's new here in Seaside where I'm at today, Ray, Colin, Alexa, all of you beautiful people that have joined our family. Welcome, welcome, and this is for you, boo, a little review of things that we've already learned this year. And even I need a refresher sometimes, so this will be really good. We're a people company. We're not just a wine company, we're a people company. So we need people skills. So that's part of what I do. And I've been doing this, of course, for a very long time. And I have all these information and I only want to give it to you in little doses at a time so that you can utilize it on the floor in the tasting rooms to be happier and make more money at work. I say that all the time, and that's really what I want for you, and it's what I want for me too. And it's what makes our company thrive. And it's pretty fun too, because we have some amazing core values and some really amazing people. So let's take a look back at it. So at the beginning of the year and last year and every year, I talk about body language a lot. And I actually have a really nice Body Language 101 if you want to learn some of the basics. And you can learn about all of these things in our YouTube channel that I created a couple of years ago, which I'm always trying to level up. So please feel free to give me feedback. You know, I will always solicit feedback. And it is impossible to offend me. And if you don't tell me something sucks, you're gonna keep getting stuff that sucks. So tell me if it's good too. I do like a little bit of dopamine and oxytocin as well. And if you haven't heard me talk about that yet, dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin, I will talk about those brain chemicals a lot because it is what makes us feel rewarded, connected, and like we belong. And when we do that for people, it connects them to our brands and our people right away, and then they feel really good about their purchase. And that's really what we're after. I don't want you to be a salesperson with a stupid script. I want you to be a real, genuine person, make connections with people, and help them find a wine that they really love, and maybe make them laugh a little bit. Like being adults sucks, so let's all shut off our phones and have a glass of wine together, and like maybe go home and have some romance, even if you're alone. Maybe go home and have a really good connection with a friend you haven't talked to in a long time. Life is about people and connections, everyone, and wine is a really good beverage to add to the mix. Good wine plus good people is good for the soul. Don't forget that part of our brand Bibling. I'm going to help you level up your people skills so that you can have a kick-ass life and make a ton of money. We are not your average winery. I am going to actually care about you. I'm gonna get to know your name and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use my body language to show you that you can trust me, that I'm your friend, and that by the time I tell you you should join Club Evoke, that you should buy this wine and this t-shirt, you're gonna be like, yeah, that seems like a great decision for me, and you're gonna feel good about it. So I know that you are all brave enough to go out there and try some of these new things. Raise your eyebrows at someone. Sit across the room from them and see if you can figure out what they're talking about. Take a look at what their face looks like each time they taste a wine. Can you tell whether they like it or not without asking? Probably. Friend, it's easy to sell stuff to your friends because you have rapport, you have connection with them, and they trust you, right? That's it. At the beginning of the year, we talked about talking the talk, about really showing our big love, where all of our core values come from is a place of big love for Evoke and for our people and our wines and what we do. Why do we exist? To help bring people together. People that maybe don't know a Pinot from a pine cone, or someone who is a, Sauvignon savant. We want to include everybody because that's one of our core values. So we really talked about our core values and talked the talk in Q1, and here's a little snippet from that very first training. Welcome. This is a round of applause for you. And talking some big love talk today. We're gonna learn some science about our vocal power. We're gonna shine a light on some of our people, and we're gonna do a dance. It's gonna be a pretty awesome day. So Q1 is gonna be all about talking the talk. We're gonna talk the talk, and then later on we'll do the walk the walk. but really focusing on how we talk that big love, Evoke Winery talk. I love working for this company. I love that we encourage people to shut off their phones and reconnect over a glass of wine, hopefully every night. One of my favorite things. I also love this company because we make wine for real people. You don't have to know a Pinot from a pine cone. You can drink Bombshell Sweet all day. Mix it with Cougar. If that's what your heart desires, we are happy that you're here. I also love you. Even if you haven't met me yet, I love you. Because if people can hate for no reason, we can certainly love for no reason. And this quarter is all about big love and showing that big love with the way we talk about Evoke Winery, Club Evoke, and our amazing wine and products. So we are fun wine people, and now you are too. We believe in the radical idea that wine is supposed to be fun. We're more interested in photos of your terrier than maps of terroir, and we'd rather dish the dirt on your love interest than talk about soil formations. Sure, we can get nerdy about wine if you want to, but ultimately, it's really this simple. Good wine plus good people is good for the soul. We should be telling everyone that walks in our door why they should be excited to be here instead of somewhere else, and that we are gonna be more excited that you're here than a lot of other places you're gonna go into. Because we're kick-ass! From everything down, our core values to our products, we're gonna sprinkle in all of that big love, Evoke Winery talk. So now let's learn some science. Yay! So last year we learned about body language and really making sure that within that 3 seconds people judge you, you've got a genuine smile, maybe you're tilting your head, you've got really welcoming, open body language, maybe you're raising your eyebrows at somebody. Then here comes the next step. What comes out of your mouth and how it sounds. So 3 things I want you to think about when it comes to your voice. We're gonna talk about tone. We're gonna talk about inflection. Your inflection is a reflection. And we're gonna talk about regulating our rate. No matter what happens, if they join the club, if they buy wine, if they have a Groupon, if they're gonna come back later, we're happy that they walked in our door. That's that inclusive thing again too, that's part of our core values. Don't forget that. It's okay if you're a bride, I know you get sick of them guys. It's okay if you have a Groupon, I know you get sick of it. It doesn't matter because what we're about is including those people and making them feel welcome and inviting them to come back, even if they didn't buy anything. We're so glad that you joined us today. Sally and Bob, it was so nice to get to know you. Enjoy your honeymoon. Here's some information for you if you need to reconnect with our products again, even if you didn't buy anything. That's okay. Remember, we get seconds to make a good first impression with our body language and half a second to make a good impression with what comes out of our mouth. So very important that we have an above average greeting and that we're finding out what our guest names are and using our guest names. Remember, people's brains really light up when they hear their own name. So after our Talk the Talk big love training, we actually got to meet in person and talk our big love talk to each other. And I also gave you some really cool tips and tricks about selling with math. So I'm gonna give you a secret here. Are you ready? People who are drinking wine don't want to read. And people who are drinking wine don't want to do math. So if you can, just tell people what they need based on what you've learned about them, they will believe you. And if you can do the math for them, even better. There's a tip. So I will do a little role play demonstration for you since we're getting ready to celebrate role play for the month of September for our members. And I'll show you a couple of tips and tricks about how to sell with math. And I know that you're really creative and you have your own selling with math tips and tricks, tips and tools and tricks as well. If you share them with me, I will share them with everyone. And then we can all make more money and be happier at work and learn from each other. I know I'm not the only one that has tips and tricks. I see you guys do some really cool things in the tasting rooms and you're very smart and attractive people. So here are just a couple of math tips and tricks for selling. Welcome to a role play exercise. So I'm gonna share with you, if you missed out on that in real life training, the little math tips and tricks I had that you can add into your routine that will help you sell more and sell more clubs. So Nicole has been nice enough to be my guinea pig. Nicole is new here in Seaside, so I want you to see her beautiful face as well. But today she is gonna be Gina from California, who loves big, bold reds. So we're gonna learn about selling with math, utilizing the taster pads. If you give these to people, they will buy more wine. They'll start filling out an order. It's really cool. Use these taster pads. Paper is expensive. We're gonna learn about the retail price of our club packs and why that's listed on your club pack now. You'll notice that for September, a little retail price is up there on each package. Why do you need to know that? Why is that cool? I'm gonna show you how to use that. And then we're gonna talk about the 3 questions you need to ask someone so that you can offer them a club that makes sense for them. If it makes sense for them, it's a lot harder to say no. And Gina's gonna wanna party with us anyway. So Gina, I saved the best for last, and I poured you some of our Orgasmic Barbera. What do you think about that?
So far, it's my favorite.
Oh, good.
Yes, I love a big bold red.
Wonderful. And we have a whole line of Orgasmic wines. If you flip over your menu, you can see top shelf, small batch, really amazing stuff.
Oh, yes. Oh, there's so many to try.
Yes. And the cool thing about that too is I know that you're probably gonna wanna get a couple because I know you loved penetration as well. So here's a little taster pad for you. And I know you really love the Barbera, so I've just written down what you would pay if you decide to join a club. I saw you looking at the club info a little bit earlier.
Wow, only $25 for a bottle of the Barbera?
Yeah, I wrote that on there, bold, for Gina, $25.
Wow.
I did some math for her. So if you wanted to take that home today, it'd be $25 for the bottle, and you wouldn't have to pay any tasting fees or pay for your snacks. So it's like an extra $30 savings.
Oh my goodness, that is quite a savings. And I do love the bold reds.
Ooh.
That seems like such a good idea.
Having multiple orgasmics around will make you the hit of a party, or just really happy by yourself. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm ready, son.
We're ready. We're signing up. So selling with math using those taster notepads. If you put this in somebody's hand, they will start marking down their favorites. And it's a good cue for you too. If I see that Gina has started like writing on here and scribbling in some other of the wines that she likes, then I can better help offer her the right club when it's time to invite her to officially join. Okay. Math selling tip number 2. Why is the retail price on your club pack form? I know you can't see that very well, but there's a little retail price under each club package. This is how many club packages we offer people. Holy cannoli. It's a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So this is how I'm gonna utilize it. So Gina, ask me more things about club.
Well, I see. I really love the penetration. And I also really like the climax. And so I can see the penetration here. So what would be the best fit for me if I just, I'm thinking buying 6 bottles, and I really enjoy the big bold reds. So.
Absolutely. Well, and if you like those ones, we always feature a special members only wine every quarter to keep the relationship exciting, which is awesome. So our 6-bottle red members for September will be getting $275 worth of wine for $150, which is a flat rate for you, regardless of what Orgasmic or other things go in there. So that segues us nicely into what are the 3 things I need to ask Gina. Gina, where do you live?
I live in California.
Oh, California. You're surrounded by so much really good wine. Are you getting sick of Zinfandel all the time
You
though?
know, I really am, and I'm excited to try some new grapes, some new varietals,
Awesome.
some new relationships.
So how much wine do you typically go through?
You know, I drink about, I would say 12 bottles of wine a month.
12 bottles of wine a month? Oh, well, you need to be part of the extra club then. So I would recommend you doing the 12 bottle club because it's just 4 times a year. And you get 2 Orgasmics in every shipment, and you get free shipping.
Oh my goodness.
So if you go with the 12 bottle, you also get free shipping. And if you're going through 12 bottles a month, then this is like nothing for you.
Yeah, I think that's going to be perfect for me. I'm so glad you introduced me to that. And
It
show
makes
me how much
sense?
I'll save. Yeah.
Yes, help it make sense for the person. So utilizing those math things to help them feel like they're getting a really good deal. And Gina is from California, so I'm not going to talk to her too much about in-house benefits or events or things that we have going on unless she visits here regularly. I'm going to talk about $10 flat rate shipping or free shipping if she goes with the 12 bottle, those things that will appeal to her in California. Plus, Your friends are gonna be so jealous that you have all this orgasmic, penetration, climax, all these fun labels to give as gifts that they can't go buy at the store. They're gonna be hella jealous.
Yep.
So, where are you from? How much wine do you go through? And what kind of wine do you like? We've already established that she loves big, bold reds, so that's what I'm focusing on with this. So 3 questions you need to ask to offer somebody the right club, and utilizing those math skills with the taster pad and with the club pack form. So what do you think? Do you want to join?
I do, and I think I'm gonna buy a summer home here. So come in and enjoy the
Oh yes, I would love that. Let's get you a summer home here too. I know a good realtor. She's a club member. Thanks, Gina. Thanks, Nicole. Use some math. So after we got together, it started getting really hot outside. Summertime was upon us. So I gave you a little shipping reminder about how you can pack a beautiful box of wine up for somebody and put it on their plane if we can't ship to their state, or if they're like from Canada, or if they have those other roadblocks, we create detours for them, and we can do that with a lot of shipping options. So make sure you know what your shipping options are and how to pack a pretty box. That's very important. Here's a little snippet from my little shipping box adventure with Doyle in the shipping area. So you should have these in your tasting room, and they come in what, 3, 6, and 12, yeah?
They come in 1, 2, 3, 6, 12.
1, 2, 3, 6, and 12. But what do we want? We want people to just get 6 or 12. That makes more sense, right?
Right.
So you should at least have 6s and 12s. And then it comes with all this pulp. And you gotta put it together and cradle it all nicely so you have a pretty box. All right, so we've got a flat box. Show us how it's done, Doyle.
This is the bottom. This is the top. The top has the 21 and over label on it.
Don't forget, someone's gotta be there to sign for it.
Start with the bottom. Tape it all up. Flip it.
Boom, baby.
Okay, pulp. There's a smooth side with nice pockets and a rough side. It's ugly. Smooth side up.
Rough side down, smooth
Rough
side
side
up.
Wine goes in.
And it fits so gently, 3 bottles at a time in this little layer.
And then you have to match up the bottom. Rough
It's
bottom.
like a little puzzle. Rough on the bottom, smooth on the top. Thanks for doing that with me, Doyle. If you want to be featured on one of my videos, I am always looking for co-stars, so let me know. So after we talked the talk for the first quarter, it was time for us to start walking the walk. We got our talk down, time to get the walk down. So I did a training about how to work a room. I got to team up with Jason, and it was actually his idea for me to do this review thing for you since we have so many new people. So thanks, Jason. Credit to you, boo. He was a great co-star, and we talked about how to work a room. Gives you some really cool tips and tricks so you don't go insane in the summer when it gets busy, so you don't get burnt out, so you work more efficiently with your full hands in, full hands out. And I actually give a demonstration of how to physically work the room. So here's a little review from that. Jason is really good at not losing his mind. I've become fairly good at not losing my mind, so we have some tips and tricks for you. So today we're going to talk about how to communicate with your guests, how to communicate with your team, how to spread your love evenly and include everybody so nobody feels ignored. Full hands in, full hands out. So if you are going to the back for something, look around the room. I also will say, I'm taking a lap. I'm going to take a lap. I'm going to make a cheese plate. Does anyone else need a cheese plate? Make sure that you are maximizing your trips to the back room or to the side room or wherever it is that you have your dish pit so that we're helping each other. The physical thing I have about the room, so how to actually work the room. If you are here and you've got 3 tables, I don't have a diagram. I wish I had a little diagram.
I understand your diagram.
Okay, and you have 3 tables. If I go to this table and see what they want, come back and get it, go back to that table and give it to them, and then go over to these people are just sitting here waiting. And I am making a bunch of trips and only taking care of 1 person. So instead, and write things down. If you need to write things down, I have a pad of paper behind the bar. When it gets busy, I can't remember everybody's freaking name, so I write them down on piece of paper. If you can't remember everybody's order, write it down. So instead of just going to this person, taking care of them, coming back, right? Go to this person, then go to this person, then go to this person, then come back.
Pour all of them together.
Pour all of them together. Maybe pour all of them a splash of something and get a glass on their table first so they feel happy. And then you're doing less steps, less time around the room. You're gonna feel less crazy. Part of my pro tip for being able to spread your love evenly is the art of a graceful exit. So I know how it is where you've got someone that just wants to tell you all of the things, maybe they haven't seen you in a while, and you're like sweating bullets and your arms are full of dishes, and you're like, oh, I would love to see pictures of your grandbaby Debbie. Just give me a second to put this down. So Jason and I will give you a little body language demonstration on when it gets really busy and you have to work the room, don't forget to communicate with your team,
Communicate with your staff.
communicate with your staff, communicate with your guests. Don't be afraid of large parties.
Spread your love evenly.
Spread your love evenly. Make sure that no one is getting ignored and you are hosting your party well. You are the host of a party. And if you want to know the art of a graceful exit or you want to see any of these full trainings, just head on over to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. It gives me a lot of dopamine and makes me feel your big love. So far this year, we started off by talking our big love talk. We really talked the talk about why we love Evoke Winery and why we do what we do, why we exist. We actually have a reason. It's not just making wine, it's making connections with people and helping people make memories. And we've made so many cool memories together. We learned some tips and tricks about selling with math. Do the math for people. It will help you sell really easily. We also learned about some shipping tips and tricks that will also help you remove roadblocks when people need a detour. We will learn about that in our next in real life training. We'll learn about some detours to give people who have roadblocks to purchasing. We used to call it objections and comebacks. So kind of roadblocks, obstacles, detours. We'll talk about that coming up and hopefully get together for a wine training in October. So until I get to see you then, I'm very, very excited. Thank you so much for watching. I'm always clapping for you. Thank you so much for watching and for caring. We love that. And thank you so much for showing your big love on our Evoke Winery Rockstars Instagram. I love to see photos of your dogs, photos of your adventures, photos of you hanging out with cool members that you can introduce us to, that are your fans in your tasting rooms. Our Rockstars Instagram is a great way to stay connected. So go like and follow us there as well and send me your pictures and videos. I love to get those things. It also warms my heart to see all of your thoughtful recognitions on Assembly, and you get rewarded with like real money just for recognizing your teammates. And if you want to earn extra points, aka real money, you can find my hidden challenges in my emails. You can win sales contests. You can be a nice person and do nice things for people around you and they will recognize you. I love seeing the funny gifts and all the wonderful recognition. So keep it up on Assembly, clapping for you for that as well. And until I see you again, remember to have big, inclusive, real love and stay connected. Love you, kids. Real Not Perfect is always our favorite of our core values. And just so you know that I am real and not perfect either, I made a little blooper reel for you. Real. Being real and not perfect is something that actually makes us wonderful and charismatic. How do I flip this around? Can I flip the camera around while I'm still recording?
No. You have to stop.
I have to stop it?
How you doing? How you doing?
Feeling really good in our Evoke Winery skin. We did this. We wish you were here. Play. Play is the other connection. And also, this is what it is. Back it up, back it up. No. Wah, wah.
Do you want to go someplace else?
That's very anticlimactic. We're also brave. We sure.
Take too long to do, and you can do multiples at the same time.
That's a requirement to work here. Doing multiples at the same time. It's important. Thank you so much to our lead. Jesus. you have too much going on, you need to think about it, squeeze your left hand.
Is there a reason it's the left hand?
Yeah, it's science.
Okay.
So if you go look at any previous speech from you got this girl, you know what you're talking about. You know what we're doing.
I also lost my train of thought completely.
Oh, that's okay. That was all really good. We can like pause it there.
And it actually works. I've used it many times.
Certified by Jason.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. What do you say about that? We're not doing a good job this time.
No, we're not.
I feel like the last one was better. Should we start over? Damn it. Damn it. Hold on. Push feet. You can see my hands when I make hand gestures. Can you see your hands? This is good.
Slowly
Is it
falling.
slowly melting into the thing? Is that it? There we go. Now we can see your whole face. And numbers, and come up with a few good sentences that we can maybe tighter. Tighten it up so tight. Oh.
Oh. Earthquake!
Gosh.
You should do a blooper reel.
Because we're different. And if we're not different and we're not fun, then we're,
What are we?
What are
Every other tasting room.
we? That sounds lame.
Sounds boring.
I don't think I'd work in a tasting room.
I don't think I could
I
either.
would be overwhelming to people at a tasting room. You get in the weeds, take a break, and squeeze. Pump that fist. We just end there.